Yes guys, how are we? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So I hope you enjoyed the last two show day videos. They haven't actually been posted yet and I haven't even seen them as I am recording this right now, but it is one day post PCA Manchester and we are back on the grind. So I checked in with Kuba this morning. I was 91.45 kg, so only 0.45 kg up from yesterday, which I'm actually pretty pleased with, as I did have 2 donuts post show yesterday and then I went fairly in on the sushi last night as well. So that was me and Chloe's plan. We wanted to have sushi, probably overdid it a little bit, but it is what it is. Plan of action for today, after checking in with Kuba and sending him my pictures, is that we're going to run the first 4 meals 0 carb and then just go back to our baseline rest day food that we were on before we started our peak for our last 2 meals. So I'm going to run through that with you today, guys. Kuba did say to me this morning that don't be surprised if your weight goes up again tomorrow, because you could still be digesting the food from yesterday. So look, when I checked in with him, I was like, mentally, mate, I'm super refreshed. I don't mind doing a couple 0 carb meals today to drop the water, as there was like a tiny film of water, which is to be expected on my physique this morning. But overall, I was actually pretty happy with the pictures. I thought I would be more watery. I thought I would look worse. Obviously, the tan kind of looks terrible now as it's been like washed off and it's a little bit patchy. But overall, pretty happy with the position we're in. So we're 13 days out again, guys. We are back into the depths of prep, back on the fucking grind. And we're sitting down now to have meal number 1, which is 175 grams of chicken, 100 grams of lettuce, and like 10 mils of balsamic vinegar, as that just slaps hard in with this lettuce meal. So it is now 10 a.m. I pushed out this first meal just to give my stomach a little bit of a break and just focus on digestion, because we went for sushi at about 4 p.m. yesterday. I would have stopped eating at about 5, so it has been at least like 19 hours since I've had my last meal. I've been 19 hours like fasted. So I woke up this morning, just focused a lot on like hydration, so just drank like a lot of water, caught up on a lot of client work, and now I'm sitting down to have this first meal. So I'll probably do like 10, half 11, 1 o'clock, half 3, and then have like 5 o'clock and like maybe like a half 6 meal as the like bigger like baseline meals. But I don't know, I'll see how I'm kind of feeling as the day goes on, but should be relatively fine. As I woke up this morning and didn't really feel the want or the need to eat anything. I'm just like very mentally locked back in to bring an even better package now for the PCA Ireland show, because whilst yesterday was a good result, I did came second, and I did think it was a deserving second, because you know the guy ahead of me was just bigger than me. On home soil, this show means a lot to me. You know, my parents are going to be coming to watch. A lot of my mates are going to be coming to watch. A lot of my clients are going to be there. So I am coming and I'm focused and I'm driven for that clean fucking W. So that is what we're going to try and achieve, guys. Stay tuned. I will run you through all the bits over the next 13 days, obviously, as we lead into this next show. And then that's going to be a wrap for the 2023 season. So I'm going to sit down now, guys. I'm going to enjoy this meal and I will catch up with you in a little bit. All right, guys, so we are back in our usual spot here and we've got meal number 5. I didn't bore you with meals 2 to 4 as they're the exact same as meal number 1 I showed you this morning. So these are the first carbs of the day going in. So I know how Chloe feels now, bikini girl calories. But anyway, not actually feeling it too much today, to be perfectly honest. If anything, I actually feel like slightly bloated, and I think it's from like all the fiber going back in, as I've had like 400 grams of lettuce today, and obviously the much higher protein as well, as protein was like super low. Obviously as we're peaking, we kind of pulled it out completely. There was like no fiber, no protein. It was pretty much just carbs and like very low volume foods. So today, having like a higher protein intake and a higher fiber intake, I've actually kind of felt quite full and satiated despite having like 0 carbs all day up until now. So anyway, meal number 5 here, guys. We have got 100 grams of pineapple, and we've got 175 grams of chicken, 75 grams of green beans, 50 grams of jasmine rice. And what I'm actually really buzzing with for this meal is the 25 grams of no added sugar ketchup that I have, as I haven't had ketchup in fucking days either. So I'm absolutely buzzing for this meal. It should be delicious. I'll leave the total macros and calories up on the screen at the end when I show you the last meal. But for now, guys, I'm going to enjoy this meal, catch up to you for the next one, and then just kind of talk through some more of my thoughts. Alright guys, final meal of the day here. Apologies for recording this topless, but it is currently 28 degrees in Manchester, which is an absolute joke for the 4th of September. And apologies for the background noise because our window is wide open here to try and alleviate some of the heat, which is just not good, especially when I have this much tan still on me, as I'm still sweating it through like all my clothes. You can see my socks are still, you probably can't see, but anyway, it's seeping through into my socks, my white socks still. So meal number 6 here, we've got 75 grams of oats, 50 grams of whey, custard cream, JP whey. It actually fucking slaps. It's super fucking creamy, honestly. Definitely beats cinnamon Danish, and it's up there for the nicest whey flavors. We've got 150 grams of berries, and then we've got 20 grams of almond butter in on top there. So feeling a little bit watery after today, to be perfectly honest. I'm kind of looking at myself and I'm like, there's still a lot of water here. I might have to do another one of these lower carb days. So I'm going to pop the macros for today up on the screen here. As you can see, guys, I was not joking when I said it was bikini girl calories, but I felt fine, to be honest. You know, I feel like I could do another day or maybe even a couple of days of this if needs be, but we'll see where the weight shifts tomorrow. Judging by how I'm looking, I actually don't think it's going to shift that much. I was kind of pretty confident this morning that, I think my weight's going to drop. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, from tomorrow, the lipolytics are back up. So we're bumping Clem back up. We're bumping T3 back up. And we're also adding injectable L-carnitine back in. And I'm back in the gym as well. So I think, you know, from tomorrow, even if I have to do lower carb or if I'm back to baseline food, things should really start to shift from there. I'm not sure what we're planning on doing like peak wise for the next show, but like I imagine we won't need as long as the last time, as I'm kind of holding like a nice bit of fullness still. Just need to kind of drop off that water and then kind of just take it day by day from there. But yeah, you know, you'll see that this food is quite low, and I wouldn't have needed to do this had I just like, I suppose, not gone in with the donuts and the sushi kind of post that Manchester show. But that was the decision that like I made. You know, Kuba's my coach, but like he's not a fucking babysitter, and I kind of had it in my head that like mentally I kind of just needed to kind of have that time to switch off and go for that sushi and just like fucking not worry about how much I was going to have to eat or not have it monitored or tracked or have everything perfect. I was just like, I'm just going to go in, I'm going to enjoy it, and then I just, if I have to fucking eat dust for a couple of days, I will. That was kind of like my mindset. And you know, everyone will approach this a little bit differently. Like I know for Mark, he literally just like, even post-show after the MK, like we had burgers booked because Kuba told us, you know, go and get a burger and chips, and then they fucking cancelled on us because like we had to wear jeans or something like that, and then we were trying to rearrange it and whatever, and then I was like, do you know what, man, I can't move, I'm just going to order in the Nando's. So I ordered in the Nando's, and he was just like, I'm just going to have 2 extra chicken and rice meals. You know, I feel like for him, he just prefers to be like really on it and really on track, and that's fine. Like I kind of like that too, but he's even more so like that. And even after, you know, the PCA Manchester, he was meant to come out for sushi with us afterwards, and he just cancelled on that because like Jem couldn't do it. He just got home, ordered in his own sushi, only had a small amount, had just his normal meals for the day, and now he's just back on normal baseline food today. So, you know, 2 kind of very different approaches, but I feel like we still might land in the same position again come, you know, the PCA Ireland, where we both improve our looks and we're both kind of, you know, end up in the same position that we did, despite kind of different approaches of managing the post show. But I feel like for me mentally today, like I woke up and I was like, oh, it feels so good. Like I don't regret like having the donuts or like having the sushi. I kind of regret maybe going in as hard as I did go in, because I probably did go a little bit beyond the point of like feeling satiated and just kind of eating, you know, a couple of rolls for the sake of it. But I feel like after doing that now, I'm like, oh my God, like that so wasn't worth it. And already I'm like completely reevaluating what I'm going to do post-show after the PCA Ireland, because, you know, I had an Nando's planned afterwards because it's just right beside the venue, and then I was going to get like my favourite, you know, takeaway from back home, and I was like, oh, this is what my order is going to be. And then we have a couple dinners booked with like my family and Chloe's family, and already I'm kind of like looking forward to those off-plan meals and like reassessing what I think I'm going to do and how I'm going to approach those. I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to like go in on those at all. I'm actually going to pull back, because, you know, I had in my head in prep, I only really got kind of a little bit more food focused like the last 2.5 or 3 weeks of the prep and of the kind of digging phase. And it's like, oh, like I can't wait for sushi, or it's like, oh, you know, I'd love a donut. And then it's like you have those things and you kind of get over that like mental like thing that you've built up in your head about it, and then you're just like, I'm not really that arsed, I'm not really that bothered, or that wasn't all it was cracked up to be, and that wasn't maybe as enjoyable as I kind of anticipated it to be. So yeah, just some food for thought, guys, excuse the pun. So it's a funny one, because like, you know, you're looking forward to that so much, but then today all I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to eat like some protein again, some chicken. Oh my god, I can't wait to eat some vegetables. I can't wait to have some whey, because I haven't had whey in days. You know, I had ketchup with my last meal, I couldn't wait to have that because I haven't had that for days. And it's like, I actually feel better and I'm more satisfied going back to just the normal foods that I always eat on my plan that I enjoy anyway. That's more satisfying to me today than that sushi and those donuts were yesterday, you know? So that's just like a real like switch in your head to be kind of like, you know, the grass actually isn't all it was greener, and things aren't like what they crack up to be, and like, you know, the food is never going anywhere, guys, and it's always going to be there. And I think I'm actually glad I kind of went in after that show yesterday. Well, I didn't like completely go in, but I'm glad that I kind of done what I done, because now I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm actually not going to do that now after the Ireland show, and it's just going to be even easier again to nail my reverse, because I know what like my food is going to be. I know I enjoy it, I know I love it, and I know it's going to be easy to follow. And I'm just so like driven to make progress now in my off season already, and I still haven't gotten that last show out of the way with. So I feel like I'm coming for that fucking W at the Ireland show. If I go there, if I get it, you know, I'm going to be buzzing with it, and all I'm going to want to do is make progress so I can close the gap between being a good novice bodybuilder and then being a good fucking like open bodybuilder. And then if I don't win it, it's just even more fuel again. It's the same shit. It's just like rinse and repeat. It's just like, you know, it doesn't matter either way. Yeah, they're just kind of like my thoughts, guys, on post-show and post-show eating, and just, you know, enjoying your normal fucking foods that are on your plan. So that was a fucking ramble. That was like a 7-minute long clip as well. This is going to be like a whole video in itself just today, guys. But anyway, I will keep you posted in the morning. We'll see if I've dropped a little bit of water away. I will keep you posted on the updates in from Cuba as the week goes on. Yes, guys, how are we? So we're back with the updates. It is Wednesday today and we are 11 days out. So I was too depressed to update you yesterday. Number one, because I was pretty fucking smashed after training push. And number two, because I was still holding a little bit of water. Now, body weight did not go up. Actually, after that kind of low carb day, it went down. So we had a 0.6 kilo drop and we were 90.85 yesterday morning. So I sent my pictures to Cuba and he made the decision just to go back to normal baseline diet that we were on before we started peak week, which is like the 3,000 calories training day, 2,700 calories rest day. So that is what we did. Also yesterday we bumped the lipolytics back up, as I would have mentioned in the last clip. So that kind of seen things shift forward nicely now overnight. So we woke up this morning 0.65 kilo down, so we are 90.2 kilos. Now, interestingly enough, I was 90.2 kilos 11 days out from the MK Classic. I'm 11 days out from the PC Ireland today, and I'm also 90.2 kilos. But my look this morning is probably my all-time favorite look ever of my physique. Now, obviously I'm still holding a lot of fullness from like all the food I would have ate post-show, and then now we've kind of like tightened up, dropped a little bit of water. So we're going to continue to push for another couple of days and then obviously peak again for the Ireland show. So like the look will be different and the peak will be different, and we'll just be assessing things day by day as we always kind of do. But if I could fucking step on stage the way I looked this morning, but just a little bit sharper, oh my God, I'd be so happy. So I'm actually gonna pop some pictures right up here of what I looked like this morning. These are pictures that Chloe took from a slightly lower angle, the little chair that I actually sit in when I kind of look at her while she does her rounds of posing. So I was really fucking happy with these visuals, to be honest. Like, very full, the water has dropped off. Hasn't dropped off completely, you know. I think my glutes and especially my hamstrings could still be a little bit tighter, but the back has tightened up a lot since yesterday. The midsection has tightened up a lot since yesterday, and I still feel really, really full. When I trained push yesterday in the gym, it was an incredible session. I got like the best fucking pump of all time. I looked absolutely humongous, both like in my pictures after the session, but also like when I was like looking at myself in the mirror and I was walking around, and you know, I had a crazy pump from like all that food. So yeah, yesterday's session was a good one, but today is a rest day. It's going to be a very boring day, guys, because I've been told to just keep off my feet completely. So no walks today, no movement whatsoever. I think my legs are still kind of feeling it from the weekend. So we're gonna have today to just like completely chill out, rest up. I'm just getting like client work done. I'm getting through the edits for the PCA Manchester video, which you would have already seen, and this video as well. We're feeling good, guys. Like I'm feeling a little bit tired today, and actually, in actual fact, my appetite has really ramped back up today. After that kind of lower carb day, and then one day back on baseline, today I can like feel like, oh, okay, I'm back to prepping now. We're back in the fucking trenches, bro. But motivation is at an all-time high. You know, Kuba's really happy with the look as well, and we know that after dusting off the cobwebs over the weekend and with how much better I looked at the PCA Manchester and kind of better result and more stage confidence and, you know, just getting up on stage an additional time, I'm like very, very confident heading into this Ireland show. You know, obviously the goal is to take a W. This year for me, you know, when I started prep, I thought in my own mind, okay, I think I'm good enough to win a novice category. Like I think I am. And obviously the novice at the MK was just like absolutely exceptional. You know, you had Mark and Taylor who won the overall, who got ahead of me. So like, you know, I was completely happy with third place there. I thought that was really good. Second at the PCA Manchester, obviously I was happy with that because I think it was a deserving placing. But at the Ireland show, you know, I really want that W. I think that would wrap the season up very nicely for me. Like I said, if I don't get it, I don't care, but I do kind of care, you know what I mean? And I think if I do get that W, that would be like a super successful season, because where I actually thought before I prepped, like where I thought I would stand bodybuilding wise, I think after the results I've gotten this season, I'm exactly where I thought I would be. So that's good, and it kind of shows I'm not delusional as well. You know, I did think I was good enough to win a classic Class C as well, and I did, but I only bet one other guy, so you can't even really count that. And that's why I want this novice W at the Ireland show so much, because it's just like a clean W, hopefully in a class with, you know, a decent amount of competitors. But PCA Ireland is looking to be, you know, fairly stacked, so I think it will be, as it's like the biggest show in Ireland in the year. So yeah guys, we'll see how it goes. That is the update for today. I hopefully you enjoyed those pictures as much as I did. I'm just killing time now until my next meal, and then I will just get a little bit more work done, chill out for the rest of the day, and I will probably update you again on Friday and wrap this vlog up here, as on Saturday I'm going to start recording the PCA Ireland peak week vlog. So that'll be good, guys. This is a little bit of an in-between vlog. Good for you to see some of my thoughts and how I'm feeling though. And yeah, we will catch up with you in the next clip.
You okay?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good,
Your
man.
style is nice style.
Oh, thank you. I like the mustache. Yeah, you got mustache as well, do
like
you?
me, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You okay, yeah?
Yes, just to the right.
So left here, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, my friend.
Left here, yeah. Somewhere
Thank you very much.
around here. Yes guys, how are we? So it is Saturday, we are 8 days out, and we're currently outside the blood lab about to go in and get our bloods done, but I'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. So we woke up this morning and we were down 0.6 of a kilo since I checked in with you last, and we were 88.95 kilos. So only the third time ever this prep I have been below that 89 kilo mark. Now, since I checked in with you last on Thursday morning after that day's rest and 5k steps, my body weight actually went up, which kind of showed how fatigued I was. I spiked up to 90.6. So Kuba told me, don't train pull, just rest up again today, keep your steps minimal. So that day we rested up, we took the 5k steps, dropped way down by 1.2 kg the next day. And then his feedback was, okay, like this is good, you look much better, you look much fresher, a little bit flatter, but that's good, that's what we want. So we ran the same again yesterday. So I've had 3 rest days back to back here, and yesterday's steps were like 6k, but body weight is 88.95 this morning. So things are kind of, you know, moving quite well despite barely even moving. Obviously the lipolytics went back up, and I had 3 back to back rest day calories as well, so that's probably why things have shifted forward. But I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm feeling very fucking preppy now this morning. Like I really feel like I'm back on prep again. Like tiredness and fatigue is quite high. So after we get this bloods done, we're literally just gonna eat our pre-workout meal, get straight home, train, and then just fucking pan out for the rest of the day. We've got the IFBB Italy show to actually watch, so we're going to get the live stream for that. Just sit, chill out, and yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So catch up with you inside for the blood work. Perfect.
You've not got a history of fainting, not needed for it.
No. That's a funny thing to be asking a bodybuilder, isn't it?
Believe it or not. Lots
I know.
of the people that are most needle phobic are people that are strong men, bodybuilders, powerlifters, so ask the question. Just to be honest,
it was never that bad.
It's funny.
My dad's a diabetic, so when I was growing up I used to always see him just sticking it into his stomach.
Maybe
So
that's where it came from.
I got used to the needles. Maybe it is where it came from, yeah.
Maybe that's where
He
it
probably
came
would disagree, but
What show are you going for if you're a week out?
PCA Ireland. So
Okay.
I did the MK Classic last Saturday, and then I did the PCA
You were at
Manchester next day.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I love PCA, to be fair.
it's good.
It's
It
a
was
really
much
nice
better than
federation.
the MK Classic, and I feel like the Two Bros, it's very like serious. Whereas when we came out and hit the poses at the PCA Manchester, it was kind of like give a clap for our men's novice bodybuilders or whatever, and they kind of hype everyone up. So it's good.
Do you want me to count you in or do you want me to just go for it?
Nah, just go for it straight in.
Yeah, no, I do like PCA. We had a sponsorship with them last year. I just find the shows are really enjoyable in terms of actually watching it.
Yeah, they really are. Gosh, we were so tired after it though, because I was on stage 3 times for the MK. I did novice bodybuilding, heavyweights, and I did classic as well.
But that cost you a mortgage.
Yeah.
Two Bros is so expensive.
We can't wait until this prep is over. We've both spent a fortune. She's at the MK with me, but
Oh, so you both were at it. How are you finding with Kiba?
very good, yeah. I've been with him like 2.5 years.
Have you?
So yeah, I have a good relationship built up with him. We're actually moving to Rotherham
Oh, right. Okay.
soon. Yeah.
It's a place where not many people say they're going to move to, unless they're a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Have you been to Rotherham?
I think I have.
Yeah.
I have. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always the people that are really dedicated.
Yeah.
I mean, I love bodybuilding, but
But you would move to
I wouldn't
Rotherham.
move to
And like
Rotherham.
we've lived in Manchester for the last 1.5 years, so like moving to Rotherham is like
city centre.
yeah, in Ancoats, which I think was like the
Are you
most.
part of the Joe? Right? Yeah, okay.
We're part of that crew.
Should have guessed by the accent. Should have
Yeah.
guessed by. Yeah, I love when they all come in together and it's literally like, oh, we all live together.
Yeah.
Hold that there for me, I'll just grab you a plaster.
Thank you.
Feeling okay?
Yeah, perfect. Should be okay. Yep.
Champion?
Yeah, I'll grab a thing of the bloods. So bloods wrapped up. They're not burning through the bottles anyway, so that's a good sign. They're not overly radioactive, I hope. Alright guys, so that is bloods wrapped up. We're outside the blood lab. Currently going to get our pre-workout meal in here and then attempt to get an Uber back from this place, as it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but it's a very swanky area with some very nice houses, so wouldn't be a bad place to live. But anyway guys, just touching off blood work, right? Super fucking important to get done. Now, this is not something you want to get when you're at the end of the cruise and your blood work is going to look the best, okay? I've been on prep for 24 weeks. I have escalated my dosages up from a starting position, which was around 12 to 1400 milligrams, up to an end position, which is around 2.1 milligrams of injectables. We've had orals in as well, right, for the last couple of weeks. Started with Anavar and we implemented Winstrol and Halo. So, you know, the total amount of gear that I'm taking is quite high, and I've never taken this amount before, and I want to see how my body actually looks and how my blood work actually looks when my body's at like peak stress, or what you would call peak stress, right? So that's super important. And then that will dictate how long estimated I'm going to have to cruise for, okay? So I think in my head it's going to be an 8-week cruise anyway. Normally I've done kind of 6-week cruises in the past. I want to take 8 weeks after this prep. I just feel like I need I'll probably take a complete week or 2 off pinning whilst we're home and stuff, because I'm fucking sick of the pinning. And then after that, I'll just start back on my modified kind of cruise, which I will run through in a future video, right? But We'll see what the bloods are like. We should have them back in like 24 to 48 hours. I imagine we'll probably have them back tomorrow. I'm like, do I look at them before the Ireland show or don't I? I'll probably look at them, to be honest, because I just won't be able to help myself. But based off what they're like, you know, it'll dictate how long the cruise will be. It'll probably be 8 weeks minimum anyway for me. And then I will get them tested again in another 6 to 8 weeks time to see if the markers that have been skewed throughout this prep and because of this prep have gotten better. Okay, so it's super important, guys. Get your blood work done on a regular basis, but especially in a prep, get your blood work done at the end when you're at peak stress, and then get it done again at the end of your cruise so that you can see that your body is actually in a healthy position so that you can warrant going back on cycle again, okay? Because longevity in this sport is absolutely key. Now, I'm absolutely starving. I'm going to sign off here because I want to eat this pre-workout meal. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.